Alright, hello guys, my name is TJ and I am the head of the math department here at TestQube. We just got our full-fledged product program out and we just wanted to show you the quality of the math questions for the SAT. So why don't we take a look? So right now we're at break time, 10 minutes. Why don't we continue? So the first question is a simple linear algebra question. If 6y is equal to 12, what is the value of y? You just have to divide both sides by 6. If we do that, 6y is equal to 12. If we divide both sides by 6, then we're going to get y is equal to 2. So what is the value of y? Value of y is 2. Answer choice D. Let's move on. So as you can see, the overall layout in itself is very, very similar. We have our own touches, but it's very similar to the actual Blue Book SAT. So it's very interesting, I would say. The second question is each side of a fair two-sided coin is denoted heads and tails. If Jake flips the coin twice, what is the probability of having only heads as a result? It's a simple probability question, and we're dealing with a situation of a coin. So our desired result is either going to be heads or tails. So there's two different choices, meaning a 50% chance. And if Jake is throwing the coin twice, then we're getting heads as a result. For both situations, then we would have 1/2, which is the first probability of having the head, multiplied by the other half, which is the second probability of getting the head. Meaning, if we multiply it, then we get 1/4, which, we have here, answer choice number C. So before we move on, I'm not going to go through all of the questions because we want you to try these questions on your own as well. So I've actually cherry-picked some of the more important questions that I thought would be valuable to showcase within our first video. So the next question was question number 7. And this is also a quadratics question. And this quadratic question, we can see there's a graph, beautiful graph. The figure above shows the graph of the quadratic function y is equal to fx on the xy plane. How many different real roots does the quadratic equation fx is equal to 0 have? So we need to understand what fx is equal to 0 means. Fx, another way of saying it is it's just y value, okay? That's one way to see it. And so fx is equal to 0 is another way of saying when does the graph have y value equal to 0. So in this graph, we can see that the graph is, it has a parabolic look. And is there any point within this graph that intersects at y is equal to 0? So this would be the horizontal line right here. And in this case, there isn't. And in this case, we would say that there are no solutions. So the answer here would be 0. Okay? The next question that I wanted to showcase was question number 14. And this one is a circles problem. So part of the advanced topics in the SATs include circles. And you really need to know the base formula as well as their applications to it. And this question, let's take a look. What is the area of a circle whose center is 2, 2 and is tangent to both x and y axis? Tangent basically means it's literally touching at a single point. So it's touching both at the x-axis and the y-axis, and we want to find the area. So if we want to find the area, we need to understand the formula of the area of a circle formula, which is pi r squared. And so the way we're going to figure out the r here is, since there is a tangent and the center is 2, 2, we can extrapolate that at one point to the center. We can choose any point here. It's either 0, 2 and 2, 2. So at one point to the center is the radius. And in this case, we only have a difference of 2, meaning that the radius is 2. So if we plug this into the base formula, then we get 4 pi. So easy question, not too hard, but you'd have to understand what tangent really means to solve this question. Okay, the next question I wanted to look at was question number 15. Let's take a look. This is a trigonometric question. Let's take a look. Among the internal angles in right triangle ABC, so it's a right triangle, angle B has the largest value. Obviously, right? If it's the right triangle, 90 degrees is going to be the biggest angle. If angle A equals 39 degrees, what is the value in degrees of angle C? So many ways to solve this. The way I like to solve it and the fastest way to solve it is to understand that if one side of the right angle triangle is 90 degrees, then the sum of the other two sides are going to be 90 degrees. So what I would do is set up a simple formula. 39 plus x is equal to 90, and x is equal to 90 minus 39, which would be 51 degrees. Okay, another way we can do it is if you know the total angle of a triangle, which is the sum of it is 180, then you can do 90 plus 39 plus x is equal to 180, and you would be getting the same answer. So we can plug in the answer, 51, and we can move on. The final question that I would like to showcase is question number 16, and this one asks our ability to solve complex polynomial questions. So if we take a look, which expression is equivalent to x multiplied by xy to the cubed times x over y, where x and y are different positive real numbers. So there's no situation where x and y are going to cancel each other out. So very easily we can work just to make sure that you don't forget about the FOIL. So if we FOIL the cube into the xy, then we're going to get x cubed y cubed times x over y. And then if we multiply all of the x terms, so what we want to do is, for questions like this, we want to separate the x variables and the y variables and then solve them separately so that we don't make any mistakes. And a lot of students make this mistake because they add the terms wrong. So we have 1x, we have a cube of x, and we have one more x, so a total of 5x. And for y, we have a cube divided, which would take away 1y. So 3 minus 1 would be 2. Therefore, the final answer would be A. All right, so this is the basic program that we have developed for our TestQube platform. Most of the questions here have incredibly high quality SAT tuned style questions. So if you guys, I didn't go through all the questions because I thought it would be best for you guys to take a look at it yourselves. So if you guys can, please check it out. This is the free version of the program. So that's all for today, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.